Um, I'm sorry. I'm looking out the window. Somebody next door is doing a yard sale. But man, I haven't done this in so long. Like from my heart, it's crazy. And I'm not gonna lie. It feels awesome to. I was born to run my mouth. Okay, everybody say. I'm sorry. My wife says now. All you want to do is flex. You know, wait, I can't find the camera. All you want to do is. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm just. But it is. I the last year has been awesome for me, for myself. I had to come to grips with some things and let go of some things and forgive some stuff. And in the process, of learning, people have asked me now, man, how do you get your arms bigger? How do you build mass or build muscle? And one of the keys to building muscle is time under tension. Your muscle has to be under tension for a particular amount of time. You could call it reps. And an example of that would be a rubber band. If you take a rubber band and you pull it, it's under tension. Now, the difference is when you pull a rubber band and you let it go back, a rubber band is going to stay the same size. But for your muscle, when you extend it, and extend it, and you do it for a certain amount of reps or a count or whatever, and you extend it, that tension that you cause is how you build it. So for a muscle, the longer you keep it with tension, the bigger you can build it. Now, here's the thing that's funny. How do you win? How do you be successful? How do you go from point whatever to point whatever? You've gotta be able to withstand tension. You gotta be able to withstand tension. You gotta be able to withstand pressure. Winston Churchill said, "If you're going through hell, keep going." Awesome. It's funny. I've here recently started committing myself to memorizing quotes, and one of the other ones that he said that I've recently memorized is, success is stumbling from failure to failure without loss in enthusiasm. You've got to stay enthusiastic even when you're in pain or under tension. You've got to stay positive, and that is very, very, very hard. It's hard to stay positive when you're on the treadmill and you're running and you're 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes into a run, and your body is telling you, stop, give up, don't push no more, you're gonna fall out, your heart is racing, your leg is cramping, you're not gonna make it. That's what your body is telling you. But when you overcome the body and you focus and you generate and you win the battle in here, and you are failing physically, but mentally you have made it up in your mind to win, just like Napoleon Bonaparte says. Just like he says, the man who has made up in his mind to win will never say impossible. Even when you fail, as when Jay-Z says, for I will not lose, because even in defeat there's a valuable lesson learned, so it evens it up for me. When you fail, when you falter, when you are not successful at accomplishing one thing, when you can't do it, you still have to be enthusiastic here, because you've made up in your mind to win. And when you decide that you're going to win, that you're going to be the best you that you have ever seen, Not nobody else, but you're going to be the best you that you have ever been in your life. When you make up in your mind right here to say, I am greater than my situation, I'm greater than my job, I'm greater. I was talking to this guy. I was at work, and I was watching, which is my routine every day. When I get to work, I watch for 5 minutes or so. I watch Les Brown or Zig Ziglar or Eric Thomas, and I advise you to do that daily. Watch some of those guys. I watch them every day, and this guy at work asked me, he said, man, what are you doing? I said, watching this video. Got to get some inspiration. He was like, oh, okay. And he was talking. He was like, and I said, I don't want to die, and all I've ever did was work here. I don't want them to write my obituary and it says at the end, and he worked here. That's not what I want out of my life. It's just not. So my question to you, is that what you want out of life? That you worked at whatever? That you couldn't be the greatest you to ever exist on this planet? You're the only you that will ever be on this planet. John C. Maxwell writes about maximizing the moment. I think that's John C. Maxwell. I could be wrong. I have the book somewhere. I just don't know where it is right now. But anyway, what do you want to accomplish in life? Now, does it start with the gym? It may not start in the gym for you. I'm just giving you things that I've learned in the last year of busting my behind in the gym 4 or 5 days a week, sweating it out. I think, and I say I think, but I know I had inflammation in my bicep for 4 months. And what was my dumb behind in there doing? Curling. And I could, man, you talking about, it felt like a blowtorch was on my bicep. I was in there struggling trying to curl, but guess what? My bicep healed. And guess what? It's bigger now than it was. How much tension are you willing to put yourself under to accomplish your goal? The Bible says that God will not give you more than you can handle. No weapon formed against me. What? So if those things are true, why can't you rise above what your mama did, what your daddy did, what your mama ain't, what your daddy wasn't? If that's something you aspire to, you can change your future. You can change your future history right now. You can change future history. I'm a history buff. So history for me is very important. I love history. But you can't change history. So you can't change yesterday. You can't change 5 years. You can't change 10 years. You can't change 30 years, 40 years, 50. You can't change none of that. You can't change that. That will never change. That will never be altered. You will never be able to fix. Just like the Kennedy family would love to be able to stop Lee Harvey Oswald. The King family would love to be able to stop James Earl Ray. The Lincoln family would love to have stopped John Wilkes Booth. But they can't. 2020, hindsight is 2020. But you can have a future vision of yourself that's perfect. And it starts today.